From First Coast News, this is Good Morning Jacksonville.
Well, we hope your Tuesday's off to a good start. Let's get right into your top stories at 5. Ronnie Hyde has been in custody for months now, accused of killing a teenager back in 1994.
Yeah, and now authorities believe there may be more victims. First Coast News' Alex Ositis will have the details for us in just 2 minutes.
And your second big story, detectives in Clay County are searching for this man. You see him right, you're about to see him. He is 49-year-old Timothy Little.
Authorities say he held his girlfriend against her will during an argument. He is wanted for kidnapping, aggravated battery, as well as grand theft auto. If you have any information, please contact police.
And let's get right into your third big story. On this Tuesday morning, Senator John McCain's office announced he will be back on Capitol Hill ahead of the Senate health care vote today.
You know, McCain recently underwent surgery and was diagnosed with brain cancer, but his vote is a crucial one for both sides. More coming up throughout our newscast, of course.
But first, we have got to check in with our storm expert meteorologist, Mike Prangley.
Good morning. Great to be here. Great to be with you. And we're fired up. I want to thank Michael. Look at this beautiful shot of a sunrise yesterday, the crepuscular rays. Now, today, looking for a beautiful sunrise at 6:41 a.m. And yes, we are blessed to live here. Let's take a look at radar. Yeah, as we look at it, much quieter than yesterday morning. Now, there's a little sliver of a few tiny showers. This is not the big band we tracked yesterday morning. This is just north of I-10 in Columbia County, Lake City. So barely enough to wet the sidewalk, if that. So White Springs, just north of Lake City, heading towards St. George over the next half hour. We'll watch that, but more traditional, a rainy pattern today with late day storms. Stormy in Georgia by 2 p.m. and then to the Jacksonville International Airport by 4 p.m. with that high of 93. So as we look at the forecast, though, there's big differences between north and south today. We look at our weather wheel, plenty of heat, but yes, we're talking about some late day storms, and we'll have your precision forecast coming right up. But first, Katie Jeffries on deck in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good Tuesday morning. All right, starting with a live look outside. This is a look towards the Buckman Bridge. Things there look very nice. I'm not seeing any slowdowns, problems, or even any construction there on the Buckman Bridge that would cause any issues for you. Let's take a look towards your traffic maps, because if you are traveling along I-95 near Emerson, wanted to let you know to watch out for that construction there. It's on the northbound side, just like we saw yesterday. Look out for that left lane, though, to be blocked this morning. And wanted to remind you something about the Main Street Bridge that you're going to see Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's going to close overnight, according to FDOT. Tuesday and Thursday, it'll close at 6:30. On Wednesday, it'll close at 9, reopen at 6 a.m. the next mornings. Back to you.
Thanks for that. Your time now is 5:02. New details this morning in the case against Ronnie Hyde. He's accused of murdering 16-year-old Fred Laster back in 1994. And now police say there may be even more victims. First Coast News' Alex Ositis is live in Jacksonville Beach. Alex, what have we learned from these motions?
Well, first, this is the property where Ronnie Hyde's house used to be. It's an empty lot right now, but it used to be the home to some of the evidence that now he wants back. And it was in this motion that we learned more about what Ronnie Hyde is asking for, including some of his personal effects, but also we're learning more about the victims of his alleged abuse. Now, Hyde allegedly used a camcorder in some of the abuse. 2 other boys being named in this particular motion from the 80s and 90s. Now, documents say that Hyde met them as a youth pastor, and in this motion filed, Hyde wants back his car, wallet, smartphones, and guns. But the state says that some of the evidence, including those phones, may have some evidence on them, such as child pornography. Hyde charged with buying hundreds of dollars worth of images. He faces 12 counts for that and second-degree murder in the death of Fred Laster. This is a story that we're still digging through. We'll have another update for you in our next half hour. Reporting live from Jacksonville Beach, Alex Ositis, First Coast News.
Alex, thank you. So this is developing now. Police in Dallas investigating the death of beloved choreographer and dancer, very talented individual. This morning, we know that this man, Daryl Cleveland, was from right here in Jacksonville. First Coast News' Monica Garcia joining us now in studio with more details on what happened here. Monica?
Well, Lou, good morning. That's right. Daryl Cleveland was a world-renowned dancer and graced the stages of the Dallas Black Dance Theater for 9 seasons. Well, police in Dallas say on Sunday morning he was murdered. And as of right now, they say they have no leads. Now, it all unfolded in downtown Dallas. Police there say they responded to a car crash and that's where they found Cleveland inside the car. He had been shot in the hip right before the crash. He died shortly after. Police are treating this as a murder. Meanwhile, his friends say they just can't imagine who would want to kill him. As you said, he grew up right here in Jacksonville. He became an accomplished choreographer. His credits include musicals, commercials. He also worked with artists like En Vogue and Toni Braxton. This morning, those who knew him say his death, very tremendous loss here.
It really is a great loss.
He was very into his work. I just think that he was a kind and very much respected individual in the community.
Now, Cleveland was just 45 years old. He had just completed his master's, and he had plans to return to teaching at the Ballet Academy of Texas. Of course, his death is still under investigation this morning. Back to you guys.
Well, a Jacksonville woman is recovering this morning after being run over by an ATV while sunbathing. It happened at Jacksonville Beach over the weekend. Now, Jacksonville attorney John Phillips is representing this woman. He says she was knocked unconscious and has since had periods of loss of sensation in her arms and legs. Now, these are pictures right here of the ATV that Phillips says that was involved in that incident. It's owned by East Coast Sport Rental. That's a beach equipment company. Now, we're told only some companies have clearance to drive on the beach, and they go through extensive training. We reached out to East Coast Sport Rental, and soon as we heard of this incident, but it was after hours, so we haven't heard back from them as yet. We're still waiting on a response. And you can find out more about this story right now on our website. That's firstcoastnews.com.
5:06 right now this Tuesday morning. President Trump's son-in-law heads back to Capitol Hill today. He'll appear before the House Intelligence Committee after insisting he did not collude with the Russians during the election season. And later, Shark Week here at First Coast News continues. We're talking about the hammerhead.